I won't die average. I won't die average. I refuse to walk through this world quietly, unnoticed, unseen, unchanged. I refuse to allow my life to become another story of what could have been, what should have been, what almost happened. I refuse to settle into the comfort that destroys potential, the routine that kills dreams, the fear that suffocates ambition. I wasn't born to be mediocre. I wasn't created to blend in. Deep inside me burns something louder, brighter, and heavier than the expectations placed upon me. I can feel it every morning I wake up, every night I lie in bed, every moment I'm forced to confront the truth. I am meant for more. And no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard the climb becomes, no matter how many times I fall, I will rise again and again because average is simply not an option for me. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide who they are going to be, not who their parents told them to be, not who society conditioned them to be, not who their fears convinced them to be, but who they choose to become. And this moment isn't loud. It doesn't come with applause. It doesn't appear with a spotlight or a sign. It comes in silence during the quiet hours when no one is watching. It comes when you are tired, when you are broken, when you feel like you've tried everything and nothing has worked. It comes when you look in the mirror and see the gap between the life you live and the life you want. And right there in that raw truth, something inside you either collapses into defeat or ignites into a fire. And for me, it was the fire that whispered, "You were not born to live a small life. You were not born to die average." Average is the enemy of greatness. It is the comfort that tricks you into believing you have time. It is the voice that says later when your heart screams now. It is the subtle poison that drains your potential drop by drop until you forget who you were supposed to become. Average convinces you to stop trying because the path is too hard. It convinces you to settle because your dreams are too big. It convinces you to shrink yourself so others won't feel uncomfortable. But I have tasted what average feels like. Those days when I gave less than I could have. Those moments when I let fear win. Those times when I allowed the world to control my decisions. And I realized something powerful. The pain of being average hurts more than the pain of chasing greatness. Mediocrity suffocates the soul, but effort strengthens it. I would rather struggle toward greatness than relax into average. I won't die average because I have seen what happens when people settle. I have seen dreams die quietly. I have seen potential rot slowly. I have seen people who were once full of life slowly dim into shadows of themselves because they chose comfort over courage, fear over action, excuses over discipline. And every time I witnessed that, something inside me broke. Something inside me screamed, "Not me, never me." I don't care how long it takes or how many obstacles stand in my way. I will not end up like that. I will not reach the end of my life with regret. I will not look back wondering what might have happened if I had just tried harder. I will not leave this world without giving everything I have, without becoming everything I am capable of becoming. Greatness isn't a gift, it's a decision. It is a commitment to yourself. It is the relentless pursuit of improvement, the willingness to endure discomfort, the discipline to keep going when motivation dies. People think greatness is talent or luck, but it's not. It's choosing to show up every single day regardless of how you feel. It's pushing yourself when no one believes in you. It's working when others sleep, grinding when others quit, continuing when others make excuses. I don't want an average life because an average life requires nothing from you. It demands no effort, no discipline, no sacrifice. Greatness, on the other hand, demands everything, and I am willing to give everything. I am willing to bleed for my dreams, sweat for my goals, sacrifice for my future, because I know what waiting feels like. I know what fear feels like. I know what regret feels like, but I also know what potential feels like, and I'm tired of ignoring it. There were times I doubted myself, times when I questioned whether I was enough, whether I had what it took, whether the world had already decided my fate. But every doubt, every fear, every insecurity became fuel. The more the world tested me, the more determined I became. The more life hit me, the stronger I stood. Because every hardship, every setback, every failure forced me to rise above average thinking. I realized that pain is not the enemy, comfort is. pain strengthens you. Pain awakens you. Pain teaches you who you are and what you're capable of. Comfort seduces you. Comfort weakens you. Comfort convinces you to settle. So I embrace the pain, I embrace the struggle, I embrace the grind, because each challenge shaped me into someone who refuses to die average. I won't die average because I have learned that the world only remembers those who refuse to be forgotten. The world doesn't honor the comfortable, it honors the courageous. It doesn't celebrate those who played it safe. It celebrates those who risked everything for what they believed in. Look at the people whose names echo through history. They were not the strongest, the smartest, or the most talented. They were the ones who refused to settle. They were the ones who were laughed at, underestimated, doubted, criticized, and pushed aside. They were the ones who kept going anyway. They were the ones who believed in themselves when no one else did. And if history has taught me anything, it's that greatness is not reserved for the chosen few. It belongs to those who choose themselves. And I have chosen myself. I have chosen to rise. I have chosen to fight. I have chosen to create a life that echoes beyond my existence. Average is the slow death that most people don't notice until it's too late. It is the quiet surrender of your dreams, one compromise at a time. You don't wake up one day and become average. You become average through every moment you choose ease over effort, excuses over discipline, fear over courage. It happens when you let your goals slide just this once, when you say, "I'll start tomorrow," when you allow your potential to suffocate under the weight of procrastination. I have lived those moments. I have felt that slow decay. I have watched myself shrink into someone I didn't recognize. And in that darkness, I realized something. If I didn't change, I would die average. And the thought of that terrified me more than any struggle ever could. That fear became my fuel. That fear woke me up. That fear forced me to rise. There is a voice inside every one of us, a whisper reminding us that we were meant for more. But most people drown that voice out with distractions, with comfort, with excuses, with the noise of the world telling them to settle. But I decided to listen. I decided to hear that whisper and turn it into a roar. That roar became my anthem. I won't die average. I refuse to leave this world without making my mark. I refuse to let my potential go unused. I refuse to let my dreams fade into the background of a life lived passively. Every day I wake up with one mission: to be better than the person I was yesterday. To push further, to try harder, to believe deeper, to work smarter. Because greatness is not a single moment, it's the accumulation of every small decision, every habit, every sacrifice. There were days I felt broken, days when it felt like everything was against me, days when I wanted to give up because the world felt too heavy. But even in those moments, something inside me refused to surrender. Something inside me whispered, "Get up, you're not done yet." And I realized that strength isn't found in the days when everything goes right. Strength is built in the days when nothing does. Strength is forged through pressure. Strength grows in adversity. Strength is born in the moments when you choose to fight despite the pain. And every time I pushed through, every time I kept going when I could have quit, I built the kind of resilience that average people never develop. I learned that the ones who refuse to die average are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who rise every time they do. I won't die average because I am willing to chase the life others only dream about. I'm willing to sacrifice comfort. I'm willing to face fear. I'm willing to endure doubt. I'm willing to work when I don't feel like working, to push when I don't feel like pushing, to show up when the world gives me every reason not to. Average people stop when they're tired. Great people stop when they're done. Average people let their feelings dictate their actions. Great people let their purpose drive their actions. I have chosen purpose. I have chosen discipline. I have chosen to build a life that reflects the highest version of myself, and I will not stop until I reach it. I know that the path to greatness is lonely. I know that it requires walking roads that few are willing to take. I know that at times it feels like no one understands your hunger, your vision, your passion, your drive. But average minds cannot understand uncommon ambition. People judge what they cannot comprehend. They fear what they cannot achieve. They doubt what they cannot see. and that is why I stopped seeking validation from people who settled for less. I stopped trying to explain myself to those who gave up on themselves. I stopped trying to make others comfortable with my dreams. My mission is not to please the world, it is to fulfill my purpose. And if that means walking alone, then I will walk alone. Because I would rather walk alone toward greatness than walk with the crowd toward mediocrity. I won't die average because my future deserves the strongest version of me. My dreams deserve the most disciplined version of me. My purpose deserves the most relentless version of me. And the only way to become that version is through consistent growth. Every day I challenge myself. Every day I push my limits. Every day I step outside of my comfort zone. I don't seek an easy life. I seek a meaningful one. I don't seek a path without struggle. I seek a path that shapes me. I don't seek praise. I seek progress. And as long as I keep moving, as long as I keep improving, as long as I keep fighting, average will never catch me. I won't die average because I have tasted what it feels like to want more from life. More meaning, more purpose, more impact. And once you feel that hunger, you can never go back to a life of settling. There is a fire inside me that refuses to be extinguished. It wakes me up early. It keeps me up late. It tells me that I was not born to simply exist. I was born to build, to create, to grow, to rise, to evolve into someone I can be proud of. And every time life tries to pull me back into comfort, that fire reminds me of who I'm becoming. It reminds me that average is the death of ambition. It reminds me that mediocrity is the enemy of my destiny. I am driven not by fear of failure, but by fear of wasted potential. I am not scared of trying and falling. I'm terrified of never trying at all. Life has a way of testing those who want to rise. It will push you. It will break you. It will knock you down harder than you expect. But I realize something powerful. Life only fights those who are dangerous. Life only challenges the ones who can become unstoppable. Life only throws storms at those who are destined to stand above them. If life is testing me, that means life sees something in me. That means greatness is calling. That means my destiny is bigger than my circumstances. So when the world hits me, I don't crumble. I use it. I fuel myself with every setback. I let every failure sharpen me. I let every rejection harden my resolve. I let every difficulty remind me that nothing average is given a battle this brutal. Greatness must be earned, and I'm here to earn it. I won't die average because I have fought too many battles to still be standing in the same place. I have survived too much pain to let it all be for nothing. I've gone through nights when I questioned my worth, days when I felt invisible, moments when I thought the world would break me. But here I am, still breathing, still fighting, still rising. And if I can endure what I have endured, then I can accomplish what I dream of. My scars are not signs of weakness. They're proof of survival. They remind me that nothing can stop me. They remind me that I have already defeated things that were supposed to destroy me. So if anybody thinks I will settle now, they don't understand who I am. I didn't come this far to live an average life. I didn't survive hell to die ordinary. Average people fear the climb. They fear the effort. They fear the unknown. But what they don't realize is that the top changes you. Growth changes you. Discipline changes you. When you push yourself past your limits, you discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. You learn how powerful you truly are. You learn that your mind is stronger than your emotions, your purpose is stronger than your excuses, your vision is stronger than your fears. And once you see your own power, you can never settle again. I have tasted the strength that comes from struggle. I have felt the confidence that comes from overcoming. I have experienced the freedom that comes from self-respect, and that feeling is worth every sacrifice. Once you feel what greatness feels like, you will never let average touch you again. I won't die average because the world needs the strongest version of me, not the comfortable one. People need the proof that greatness is possible. Someone out there needs the example of a person who refused to settle, someone who kept going when everything said stop, someone who transformed their pain into power. I want to be that example, not by talking about it, but by becoming it. I don't want to inspire through words alone. I want to inspire through the way I live. I want my discipline to speak. I want my work ethic to shout. I want my journey to show that extraordinary is not luck, it's choice, effort, sacrifice, and relentless belief. Ordinary people become legends when they refuse to quit, and I refuse to quit. I refuse to slow down. I refuse to shrink. I'm here to rise, and I'm not done rising. The truth is, average is crowded. Everybody wants easy. Everybody wants comfortable. Everybody wants success without sacrifice, results without work, rewards without discipline. But the top is empty. The climb is lonely. The grind is painful. The growth is uncomfortable. And that is exactly why I choose it. The top is where greatness lives. The top is where purpose is found. The top is where legacy is built. I don't want to be one of the many. I want to be one of the few. I don't want to live unnoticed. I want to live unforgettable. I don't want to fade. I want to leave a mark. And the only way to do that is to reject average with everything inside me. I won't die average because my dreams are too big, my purpose is too strong, and my potential is too powerful to be wasted. I am building a future that demands the highest version of myself. And every day I grow closer to that version. Every day I discipline my mind. Every day I strengthen my habits. Every day I push through the resistance that tries to pull me back. I will not betray my future by choosing what's easy now. I will not betray my potential by living small. I will not betray my destiny by settling for average. My life will be loud, meaningful, powerful, and unforgettable. And when my final day comes, I will know one thing without a doubt. I did not die average. I lived with purpose. I lived with fire. I lived becoming everything I was meant to be.